I recently made a video where I constructed the shoebox telephone, a device for contacting the dead. I did some experiments with it, and the results were very interesting. People seem to enjoy those videos, so here are 5 ways of contacting the dead using simple household objects. I need to point out that many people consider these methods to be extremely dangerous. By attempting to contact the deceased, you open a direct channel to a realm where some very frightening entities exist. Be aware that if you do try these methods, you do so at your own risk. The first method is a Japanese variation of the Ouija board called Kokkurisan. It is considered safer than a normal Ouija board because instead of calling up any and all spirits from the other side, you instead summon a specific entity named Kokkurisan. Please be aware that although I said it was safer than the Ouija board, that still doesn't mean that it's absolutely safe. To play this game, you need a piece of paper, a coin, a red and black pen, and at least 2 people. Start by drawing a torii symbol in red at the top of the paper. The torii is a traditional Japanese gate. They're usually seen outside Shinto shrines, and they represent the crossing point between the spirit world and our own. Either side of the torii, in black ink, write the words yes and no. Beneath this, write numbers from 0 to 9, and beneath these numbers, write the letters of the alphabet. Before you start playing, you must open a door or a window. This will let Kokkurisan know that it is allowed to enter. Place a coin on the torii symbol, and then have each person touch the coin with their finger. To call up the spirit, you must say aloud, Kokkurisan, Kokkurisan, if you are here, please move this coin. If the coin begins to move, you will know that the ritual has worked. Players can now take turns asking questions, and the coin will move around the board to spell out the answers. For example, someone wanting to know when they will die might say, Kokkurisan, Kokkurisan, what age will I live to? All the questions must be addressed to Kokkurisan in this way, and all players must keep their finger on the coin until the game is over. Be aware that Kokkurisan is known as a trickster spirit, and the answers you receive may be deceiving. To end the game, somebody has to say, Kokkurisan, Kokkurisan, please return home. The coin should then move to the torii symbol once more, and the spirit will depart. The next method saw a massive explosion in popularity on YouTube and Twitter a couple of years ago. It is known as Charlie Charlie, the pencil game, or something in Spanish which I can't pronounce. There are actually 2 different methods for playing this game. The most common method involves 2 pencils and a piece of paper. On the paper, you draw a cross shape and then write yes and no in each section of the grid like this. Then you place 1 pencil along one of the lines and balance the second pencil on top, forming a cross shape. You must then say out loud, Charlie Charlie, can we play? If the pencil moves and lands on yes, then you know that Charlie has been summoned and the game can begin. Move the top pencil back to the cross position and then ask him any questions with a yes or no answer. The pencil will move to indicate the answers that Charlie wants to give you. The second version of the game requires 2 people and 6 pencils. Each person holds 3 pencils and places them together to make a rectangle like this. Once again, Charlie is summoned by calling, Charlie Charlie, can we play? If the pencils move inwards or upwards, the answer is yes. If they move out or down, the answer is no. If successfully summoned, players can now ask Charlie any questions that they want answers to. In both games, you must end it by saying, Charlie Charlie, can we stop? If Charlie says yes, you must say goodbye and then stop playing. People who forgot to say goodbye have reported some scary things happening to them after they stop. It's not known exactly who Charlie is. Some stories say that it is the ghost of a Mexican child who committed suicide. Others say that he is a demon with red and black eyes. Whoever it is, it's probably not a good idea to be haunted by them, so just remember to say goodbye. The next method is called the card game, and as its name suggests, you need a normal deck of cards. You also need a candle and some salt. The game is best played at night. To begin with, you light the candle and turn off all other lights in the room so that the only light source is the candle itself. Then you sprinkle salt over the deck of cards. Each person who wants to play must pick up the deck and shuffle it. Next, lay out the cards in 3 groups of 6 like this. One person then asks, "Are there any spirits present who wish to communicate with us?" Then they hover their hand over each card slowly until they feel one which is radiating a strange heat. The player then turns over this card, and whichever suit is shown indicates the answer. Hearts mean the answer is yes, and spades mean no. Diamonds mean maybe, and clubs mean that the spirit doesn't know the answer. If the answer is yes, the ritual may proceed. Each person asks a question, then hovers the hand over the cards until they feel the one that is radiating heat. Only the person who asks the question may turn over the card. Apparently strange things can happen while you're playing, like hearing whispering noises or feeling the sensation of people brushing past you. If anyone notices anything out of the ordinary, you must end the game immediately. To end the game, simply say goodbye and blow out the candle. The cards are then shuffled back into the deck and salt is sprinkled over them once more. The next game comes from Indonesia, although a similar ritual has been played in China for centuries. It's called Gellan. It's a strange mix of effigy possession and automatic writing. To take part in this ritual, you will need to construct a doll. 2 sticks are connected to make a body, and usually a coconut is used for a head. I didn't have a coconut, so I'm using a melon for this demonstration. A face is drawn on, and the doll is dressed in human clothes. 2 keys are hung around its neck, 1 small and 1 big. Then a pen is attached to its hand. At least 3 people are needed for this to work. More can take part, but there always needs to be an odd number of people. Each person except for 1 takes hold of the doll and holds it up. The person not holding the doll begins to chant a special mantra which will summon the spirit. There are so many different versions of this mantra online in various different languages. The simplest English language mantra I can find goes like this: Gellan Kung, Gellan Sat. We have a party here, a small party. Gellan Kung, Gellan Sat. Come uninvited, go undelivered. The mantra is repeated over and over until the people that are holding the doll feel it begin to get heavier. This means that the doll has been possessed. Then the doll is moved over to a piece of paper and a process of automatic writing begins. People normally ask the spirit questions about the future and it will write down the answers on the paper. I'm not sure if there's a method for making the spirit depart once the ritual is over. Most sources I can find talking about it have been badly translated to English, so it's difficult to get the full story. If there's any Indonesians watching who can give me more information on this ritual, please let me know in the comments. The final technique is called the Devil's Toy Box. As the name suggests, this device is particularly dangerous and it will open a direct portal to the spirit realm. If you're familiar with other ritual games like the 3 Kings or Bloody Mary, you'll know that a lot of them involve mirrors. This is because mirrors act as a gateway to the spirit world and can be used by supernatural entities to enter our realm. This is why in some cultures, after a family member has died, all the mirrors in the house are covered for 7 days. To construct the Devil's Toy Box, you will need 6 mirrors and something to attach them together. I've used duct tape for mine. The idea is to build a solid cube out of the mirrors, but with the reflective sides facing inwards. Any spirits or demons attempting to enter through the mirrors become trapped in the box and confused by the endless feedback loop of reflections. The box is typically built, then left alone for a while, usually in a haunted location until something begins to happen. People have reported hearing mysterious knocking and growling noises coming from inside the box, but theoretically anything could happen. The main danger with the Devil's Toy Box is that it opens a door to any spirit or demons that may want to enter our world. There's no way to control what enters the box, and there's no way of getting them to leave. Out of all the techniques covered in this video, the Devil's Toy Box intrigues me the most. I'm going to conduct further experiments with the box and report them in a future video. It'll be similar to what I did with the shoebox telephone. It supposedly takes a few weeks or even months for the box to build up enough energy for anything to happen, so I'm not sure exactly when the follow-up video will be, but if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So there you go, 5 ways to contact the dead using stuff you can find around the house. If you've tried any of these, leave a comment and let me know if they worked for you. If you know any other ways of contacting the dead with household objects, I'd like to hear about them. Maybe I'll even try them out in a future video. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, consider supporting me on Patreon. Until next time, goodbye.